Backforty is back again.
Backforty back again.
It's back again. It's been a bit. It's been a bit since the Backforty has been back. But we are back.
Yeah. That's weird. Because while we're recording this one, a different one from a little bit ago will drop. So this one will be even more in advance.
Yeah.
So
it'll be
sick.
I'm going to try to do a little like double action, like a
hey, and then, it's crazy in less than a month too. In less than a month, you're going to be sitting.
The live episode is happening. Yes. It's good. If I can figure things out. But yeah. No, I'm very excited, man. That's gonna be awesome. And I mean, have things calmed down around your place since our last talk?
Well, no, not really. I was gonna say, it's been a little bit better, but
we don't have to go into it again because we had a
listen, man. It's going crazy
last week. Okay,
it's a little crazy still, but
yeah.
I'm still alive, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you have a story you wanted to share with us today.
It's just so this is really embarrassing. There's no other way.
That's the best kind of story.
It's the best kind. So we've all, I feel like probably have been in this type of situation before, but I feel like this is very like high school of me to be doing. So let me get into it. So last night, it's St. Patty's Day weekend. I've been just super busy and I hadn't had a chance to just sit back, relax, have some drinks with my friends. Yeah. So my two good buddies, or two of my good friends here, Penny and Erica, we decided like earlier in the week that, hey, we're going to go out on Saturday. We're just going to, have some fun, have some drinks or whatever, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
So we do that.
Nice.
So on Saturday, it was awesome. We just met up. There's a couple other people who joined us too. And we went to this place called Jose Pistolas. Maybe I'll take you there.
Oh,
if you really want to go. But it's like this cool little like Mexican bar,
Joe's
food
Pistols,
place.
Huh?
Yeah, they got really good tacos, like kimchi, pineapple tacos. Those are my favorite ones.
Nice.
Just personal preference, but
yeah. Oh, you say kimchi tacos? That's like a fusion type deal.
Yeah,
Ooh.
There's a little bit of it's like their only fusion thing on the menu. But
okay.
I think, but it's a popular one.
That's dope.
Anyways, they have these margarita pitchers, which are good for groups, because you can just get house tequila and it comes in this big pitcher, and then if you want more, you can always spit. People can like fill it up as much as they want, and like everyone has a good time. You're just sipping on the margs. So we got some chips and guac or something. There was actually nachos, and we had this margarita pitcher. And then Erica was telling me that one of her friends, Alyssa, is her name. I don't know if we should use real names. It's not big enough, so like there's like a 0% chance
Alyssa
for
Blank,
Alyssa Blank. Anyways, she knew two people in the group, and then two of us didn't know her, so she was like the new person or whatever to join this thing. Anyway, she was nice. That's it wasn't like too awkward or anything. Like everyone was having a good time. So, anyways, this is where I could look really bad. So Anthony had a little bit too much to drink, like a little too many margaritas, and I was just being kind of like, dumb. So the first thing that happened that was really dumb. This is a combination of things. Is so we get a lift home and we like split up the, different stops and whatever. And so Kenny lives really close, so he just ended up walking home, and Alyssa lives really close, so she ended up going home. But the rest of us, we just took a lift. And so I was the last stop. But during the lift, like I could like feel the drunkenness hitting.
Oh boy,
more than it did in. And so I went on my FanDuel account and I was trying to withdraw money because I won a little bit of money from March Madness. And so I was trying to withdraw, and instead of withdrawing, I deposited like $300 in my FanDuel account. And I'm just I'm stupid. So it's not a big deal, but like, that could be bad if I would have added another zero and like 3,000. Like I'd been fucking screwed. So, anyways, that's not where this comes. So, here's the most embarrassing part of the story, and I feel like we've probably all been there. But like, it was like harmless, okay? But you know how sometimes we Instagram stalk people or like social media. You're like, oh, who's this person? I want to like see more about them. Or, like, you have no idea. So I decided to drunk Instagram stalk Alyssa because I just didn't know who she was, and her account wasn't private.
Okay.
So I was just like scrolling through some pictures, and guess what accidentally happens? Like, I accidentally fucking double tap one of those things drunk. And the worst part is that like I didn't know that I did it. So like I like fell asleep.
What was the picture?
It wasn't anything like crazy. It was just like her on a hike or something. So like it wasn't. There was no like scandalous. Otherwise, I would have looked really bad. But no. So here's the thing: is like I fell asleep right here on my bed, and I didn't know I liked anything. But the worst part is like when I woke up in the middle of the night to go piss, I don't know. I just like opened up my phone. It was the first thing that popped up, and it was like it says like I had liked this post. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I just like unliked it, even though knowing it's way too late. Like the notification is already sent out. Like, so yeah, anyways, I woke up in the morning and I just felt really dumb. And so I told my friend Erica, who's good friends with her, and I was like, your friend probably thinks I'm a creepo because like I definitely just like liked the random picture. And she was like laughing about it, and it was fine. She's like, well, she didn't say anything about it, so I'm sure it's not a big deal. But the point is, you know, if you're gonna Instagram stalk someone, be careful because it's especially when you're drunk. It's really easy to
Instagram sober, absolutely,
100%. Or just don't have Instagram. I think you got rid of it. It's probably
I don't have the app. I still have like the profile on there and stuff, but I took the app off my phone. Yeah, so
that's fine.
And Jordan never got it, which applause to her.
I know.
You know, like
it's very rare.
Cool. It is pretty rare. It's a dude. That is funny.
But it could have made me look bad in multiple ways. That's why I was like, oh, this probably looks awful.
So this was someone's friend. You didn't know Alyssa.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes it a little more awkward.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Like, I'm not trying to hammer it on you. You know, if it's like a friend, you could talk to him like, hey, I was a little tipsy last night.
Oh no, yeah, it wouldn't even matter. Even if someone you're following, like, it'd be like weird, but like whatever. But anyways, man,
that's funny.
That's enough of my shenanigans. That was my weekend. So what would have enlighten us with your festivities?
I have your
St. Patty's Day festivities.
Well, I have even more than that to update you on. So
let's get into it.
Man, how long has it been? Because last week I was in Utah and
I was in Oregon,
and you were in Oregon. We went snowboarding and like did little hikes and stuff like Bryce Canyon in Utah. Okay. And we went to Bryan Head, and we went with Jordan's siblings and all their friends came to town. It was literally like 8 people flew from Ohio to. Was
it their spring break? Was that the deal?
Yeah. And so did that coincide with yours? Is that I think that sounds like so. It. Yeah. But so we all went up to a friend's cabin, like with Jordan's parents, her whole family. So my whole family now, right? So like we all went up there and spent like 3 days, took a little work off and stuff. So it was really great. But we get there and it's getting a little dark. It's like dusk, right? It's like it's evening time.
Hold up, did you drive or did you guys fly too?
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. We drove like 3 cars up there too. So it was like a big caravan. Of people. Yeah. So we had Jordan's dad's truck. I drove my Subaru, and then Jordan took her little car. And so we all drove up there together. But we get there, and they were having like a massive snowstorm. Right? There's been a bunch of massive snowstorms across the country. So like we get up to the cabin and it's maybe like a football field worth of driveway, maybe a little less than that. Like a long driveway to the actual cabin. And it's like all snowed over. Like 6, not 6 feet. I'm exaggerating. 4 to 5 though. Like it's 4, definitely 4 feet of like snow.
Like up to your chest?
Like pretty, yeah. Like kind of here. So it was 4 feet. And so and I got there actually like a little late because we had gone snowboarding that day, like all day, and then gotten there later. But we get there and it's so we can't get to the house with the cars, with all of our food and all of our like clothes and like all of our stuff. And we literally have to like get out and shovel this driveway for, gosh, like it's 6 hours, like at the middle of the night. And we had just like gone snowboarding and it's getting dark and cold and it's like, dropping down to 20, down to 15,
So like, what time is this? Like 4 or 5?
This is like 5:30 or something, maybe 6 we pull in. And then the rest of the evening, it must have been like 5:30 and we were done at like 11:30 or something like that.
Holy cow, man.
Like, and we weren't even finished because we had to get the guy's cabin. He has like a tractor with like a plow on the front.
Plow.
Yeah. Well, not even a plow. It's just like the regular bin or whatever. And so Dave, father-in-law, was like slowly trudging away while we were like transporting things back and forth. So like throughout the process, we were taking our luggage in and using sleds and stuff. And sorry, my dog's being loud. Yeah, it was crazy, man. So that was like the beginning of it. So then, and the best part was like that day during snowboarding, I was doing fine, hit some jumps, not very big, but I hit some jumps. I did some couple little rails, got some high speed records for myself, which is cool. But about like, I think it was the second to last run, I went off a little hop, just a tiny little guy, just a little speed and hop. I kind of bailed a little bit and landed on a rock that was hidden under the snow. So like I landed like about here, and I bruised my rib, like all up from right up in there. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually like cracked it a bit or something, but it was like it was brutal. So it wasn't broken, I don't think, because there was no big like big black purple bruise or anything. But dude, it hurt and still hurting. I'm still living with it right now. So I've been icing that and
banged up.
Yeah, so I was a little banged up, and then we went and shoveled like that night and hiked the next day. It was a little brutal. So it's been having a week. Not to mention, like we went to Death Valley on the Saturday after that, which was the first time I went there. And that was actually a really cool trip. Yeah. But we just had a free morning, and my brother-in-law was in town and his buddies, and he was like, we got to go see Death Valley. I was like, okay, I'll come along. So I drove and did a little mini day trip of it. So that was kind of cool.
You know what's crazy about Death Valley is like in the heat of the summer, they have this ultra marathon called the Badwater, I think. It's literally like in the dead, like middle Death Vally. These guys running like 100+ miles. I couldn't imagine.
That's stupid.
No, man. David Goggins.
Who's going to carry the boat? Yeah, whatever he says. No, it's called Badwater Basin. There's the big salt flats, and there's a particular part. It's actually really cool. It's like 280 feet below sea level. It was hot in the middle of like March. It was literally like 85 degrees or something. So
I don't doubt that.
It was pretty. Yeah. It was pretty nice, but kind of I was sweating a little bit. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I don't know. I don't know if it's my favorite national park, but it's really cool. It's a cool spectacle. So
yeah,
man. No, it's been a bit of a crazy week, and then this weekend, Jordan just did her dental exam, and killed it. It was awesome. So she's done, and
let's go.
I was in definite like support mode. We were. I was like, let me, I don't know. I was trying to help out, and my parents were out of town. They're in.
What were your parents up to?
They're in the Dominican Republic. It's been crazy, man. It's been the DR. So
just for vacation? Or?
Vacation. Their friends wanted to go, so they went. They're gone. I've had to drive Brianna to school, and my little sister. Yeah, every morning, and she lives like in her school's like 45 minutes away.
45 minutes.
Yep. And I've had to like make sure my my granddad gets his insulin, his pills. I've been having to do adult. Are
you cooking for everyone too?
Jordan and I we're cooking together. Yeah. I did a couple, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 meals. And then we did some like frozen stuff, because seriously, it's been like crazy. So
crazy.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
it's I'm like, we're finally coming back to a little more normal. And
when do your parents get back?
Tuesday, and so they're going to be able to handle the grandparents a little easier. Yeah, dude. No, it's been nuts. That's legitimately why we couldn't record like we wanted to. Is because we were so I was definitely so busy. So, dude, for St. Patty's Day, it was literally Jordan and I were like, I was trying to just be supportive of us. She studied. That's it. So,
wow,
we weren't having a crazy weekend like yourself.
Did you enjoy watching Mr. Parrish? I think he had the
oh my
most.
Gosh, we should interview him. One of the of his evening. He had what did
the guy's a record setter,
dude?
8 Irish car bombs.
Yeah, their receipt was total of like 32 Irish car bombs, which is crazy.
That's absurd. That's a lot of Irish car bombs.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I feel like I just unloaded on you. Sorry, that was a lot of stuff.
No, not at all. Not at all. So fill me in on this DAT though. So it went well. Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. So the thing with the DAT, number one, it's the equivalent for people who don't know. It's the equivalent for the MCAT for dental school. So very rigorous, very difficult. Like very highly qualified people are taking this exam, right? So Jordan got a great score. She studied really hard. She went in and killed it. So, let's see. She took a couple month long prep course. That was, it basically takes you through the whole gamut of material.
Yeah.
And you have classes and you have all this stuff. And then basically every night she's been studying her ass off, trying to get a good score in this exam. And it's equivalent to like, let's say, you're trying to get into law school. You take the LSAT. It's like that part is going to be an important piece of your application. And then your GPA is going to be an important piece of your application. Your Rex, your work experience, your blah, 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 right? So it all goes into this big pool of you that gets analyzed and be like, yeah, we'd like this person to be, at our dental school. So,
yep.
I think it's set her up well for, multiple very good dental schools.
Great.
So yeah,
that's awesome to hear.
It's very encouraging to see that, and I don't know. Here's the crux of it. It's like hard work pays off, man. It seriously does.
Yep.
Like that was a prime example of someone working hard and getting the reward of that. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm very proud of her. And I think she's doing great. So yeah, so the next portion will be she'll have to look into, what we both have to consider, what's the best school for setting her up or the kind of dental work she wants to do. There, sometimes if you want to be a general dentist, any school would pretty much work. At that point, it's just like price and location, blah, 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 right? If you want to specialize, from what I've read, it's best to at least try to find a school that specializes in what you want to specialize in. So let's say pediatric, whatever. You'll want to try a school out that does that. So, yes, we'll see what kind of piques her interest. There's tons of options out here in the West. I mean, UNLV, good old UNLV down the road from us has a dental school, right? So so it's like, there's plenty of options. And it's all very exciting. So yeah. And this is no secret either. Like I'm in an interesting position because, basically I'm going to go where Jordan goes, right? I mean, I'm going to take on this journey with her, right? So if it's UNLV, it's UNLV, right? But if it's, I don't know, halfway across the country, that's what we'll have to do. So it's going to be kind of a bit of an adventure, man. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, I'm in a similar boat because Emily's going to OT school, but the only difference is that I'm following her to a pretty familiar place. So we're moving. Okay. I told you already. Yeah. We're officially moving to Spokane, Washington, in sometime in the maybe late summer or midsummer, late summer. We'll be going back.
You didn't tell me that it's for sure. So this is for sure.
It's for sure. She accepted everything, got the deposit. So it's going to be me. I'll have James and Casey pretty close by. So that'll be cool. So you're the only one.
Dude, I know. What part of town? Jordan. What part of town will it be in?
I think we're probably going to live up in North Spokane.
Man.
Yeah.
So cool, man. That's awesome.
Wandermere area.
Are you getting an apartment?
I think so. We're just to save some money. I think we might room with Cynthia so we can split the cost at a place somewhere and not pay as much in rent. Guess that would be nice. So
is she still on the same street?
Cynthia, no. Oh, okay. Cynthia actually lives in the. No, actually, she doesn't. I was going to say she lives in the ones that James and Casey lived in. We're actually looking at those as a potential possibility. But,
that's awesome. Yeah.
Blue Point, I think is what they're called.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways. So.
Dude, good for you, man.
I'll be doing that.
Well, so here's a question then. All right. So you're going to where Emily's at. What's on the docket for Anthony? Like, are you?
Oh God!
I'm sorry. Maybe this is
no.
But this is what this podcast is about. This is the hard-hitting questions.
It is.
But like, what? I'm not asking for what your plan is. I'm just saying like, what kind of seems like
you
good opportunity? Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, okay. It's a good question. I'm preparing to answer it a lot, so like it's totally reasonable to want to know. If I'm being 100% honest, I've been kind of lazy about networking myself in advance, but I really need to do that. The first step is, I think I need to reach back out to our alma mater and see if there are potentially any possibilities or opportunities in the music department, because that would be, in my field still, and I can be, doing stuff there. I know they might need some help with just some kind of the clarinet adjunct faculty because my teacher who worked there for a long time retired. And so now Tom Shook is teaching clarinet lessons. Tom,
yep.
T Shook is teaching like classes now too, and he teaches piano lessons as well. So I'm sure like his schedule is probably insanely busy, and so I don't know what they're gonna do, but I definitely need to email and reach out there. If that doesn't work out, working at Whitworth still, like in some kind of like I thought about
capacity.
working in like the admissions office. There's a couple things. I mean, it's not nothing glorious, but it's definitely like
it's a job, man.
You can make do with it, and I feel like you know, since I'm an alum, I would hope that I would be maybe on the, they sent my resume a little past like the initial round, but the other side to that all is like I want to be really flexible enough to like go out and still take auditions elsewhere and really not let my foot off the gas too much of that, because if I want to eventually play in like an orchestra or a military band, then I'm gonna have to keep putting my foot on the gas, because like right now is prime opportunity still. There's nothing's really like set in stone, so I don't have, even though it feels like I'm gonna have a lot more responsibilities, like it's still not as bad as when you get married or you have kids and all that shit. So it's kind of crazy, but it comes up pretty fast. It's like I feel like I was a 10-year-old like a couple minutes ago. So when I was liking people's Instagrams it's like a dumbass. So yeah, that's where I'm at maturity wise. I got a lot to learn apparently.
Hey man, I mean, what I realized is, I don't know. It's like life teaches you on its own terms. It's not. I'm always like, man, I should be more mature. I should know more. I should be doing more. Blah blah blah. Right. And then the last 2 weeks of being an adult-ish, right, young adult, hits. Pretty, it's like, oh, I have to be on it, or Papa doesn't get his shot. And he's, and I ruined Jordan's evening of studying because I'm disorganized, right? So I'm like, I have to be on it, right? And I think marriage does that, right? It's you're partnered up now, and you have a whole nother family to be a part of, and you got to be intentional on that and all that. And I don't know, man. It's. I'm realizing more and more that it's just stuff comes at you, and what matters is how you respond to that. And that's where you it's where you grow and learn and all that. And so I don't know if that's too
100%
woo woo right now, but I think it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. It's kind of funny, right? Because like growing up, people like adults always like try and tell you like these wise things, and like one day, this is gonna happen. You're gonna have to do this, and I feel like it just kind of goes over your head because I don't want to say it's meaningless, but you can't really like understand, even though what they're saying is 100% true. It doesn't like resonate with you fully until you're in that situation. Like you gotta fucking take your sister to school 45 minutes away. You gotta cook dinner. You gotta, take care of your in-laws or take care of your grandparents and stuff. And so it's like, once that responsibility gets shifted on you and literally other people are relying on you, like you don't really have a choice anymore to mess around. So
and I'll say like I've been really happy. Like I'm not like, it's not like oh, this is miserable. It's more just like, this is what I care about, and so I'm going to sacrifice what it takes to make sure that what I care about is going well. And that includes, wow, don't give me too much credit.
You sound like a real adult.
No, man. Yeah, no, it's, no, it's funny. No, I think it's just more of like, I want to prioritize correctly. And that's just one of the, I mean, look at you, you prioritize this degree you're going after, and
it's been hard lately, though, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, let me know what's up. How?
no,
Hard how?
it's just really busy, and like I'm complaining about it. I'm like kind of bitching about it, but it's not even. There's it probably gets. I know it gets a lot busier too when in the real world, but yeah, just like my day for today, like I kind of set myself up poorly by going out and drinking last night because didn't have the most energetic start to the day. But basically, I woke up, I got some food in me. Didn't Today's like my rest day for running, so I didn't go on a run today. But at like just before noon, I got picked up by my friend Wendy, who had asked me, weeks prior to play in this clarinet choir in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is like an hour and a half away. So me and another kid too, we went with her to this other university, like an hour and a half away in the suburbs. Really nice campus actually, but
Yeah.
besides the point. So we had like an hour rehearsal, and then we had a performance at 4, and then we had to go get some food because we were all like starving, and then it was like another hour and a half back to Temple, and then right when I got back, I had to go straight into a dress rehearsal for my recital, which is on Friday. And then after that rehearsal, I was just at opera rehearsal from 8 to 10 p.m., sitting there in opera. And so and then tomorrow I have a lesson. Like not, so, it's just like, it's piling on. And like, I've got,
And you're fitting
all
in
this
your
stuff.
little hobby podcast in the middle of all that too.
Exactly. And, it's good. I mean, I'm definitely feeling it, but I think after this upcoming week, Emily and her mom are actually coming to see my recital. I got to remember to send all of you the thumbnail, the link to it, because it'll be live streamed. And
Yeah,
it's
on YouTube
kind of early on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it'll be up there too, because it's 4:30 Pacific time is when it is live. But you guys have jobs and stuff, so if you end up watching it later, it'll be up there.
I should be
so
able to, man.
Fine.
I should be able to.
But
yeah.
I'll send you the link when I have it and stuff. But
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's really it's fun stuff. It's just holy crap, it's a lot with everything else going on. So, but I'm excited about it. Like I think it'll be really rewarding, and hopefully I'll have some fun too after when it's all said and done. So
yeah, I think.
Anyways, that's my little dump for the pod.
I think that was great. No, you're good. That's you got a lot going on in the just like tying up all the knots for this giant master's degrry. It's crazy.
I'm ready to get out. Too,
yeah. I bet you are, man.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's something.
Well, I went to the strip last night for
you're
gonna
say you went to the strip club. Like Jordan's right there, man. What the? That's where it sounded like you were going with that.
Yeah, I went to the gentleman's club.
But you went to the strip.
Yeah,
how was that?
I went to the strip
drive. Or?
So Jordan's test was yesterday morning, early, bright and early. So she got done, and then her parents and I mostly her dad had a reservation for a place, and so we all surprised her with like a nice dinner down on the strip. And it was like a super cool restaurant. So it's called Spago. Spago. Have you ever heard of Wolfgang Puck, the chef?
Sounds very familiar. Yeah, he's famous, isn't he?
He's like a celebrity chef.
Michelin.
Yeah. So it was his restaurant. I don't know if Spago's Michelin star. It's a great restaurant, and it's got a really it's so the Bellagio, the fountains. It's got a balcony that sits right next to the fountains when they're going off, and we got a table. we got a table like right on the fence in this. Dave had like great connections or something like that. And so it was like a really awesome, like the fountains would go off like every 15 minutes to a song. And it was like great food and some good cocktails and wine and just like the most delicious dessert I've ever had in my life. It was just like a great dinner. And so nice. it was just a blast. And it was fun. Like, I don't know, we haven't had the chance to just sit, like me and Jordan and her parents in a couple weeks now because of all the family in town. And generally they have like, when they have us over, there's also other people over. Right. So it was really cool to just hang out with them and chat about things. And also like just an awesome. And so
chatting with your in-laws.
Yeah, it was just like, it's such a cool experience because you come out of the Bellagio onto this balcony and you see like the whole strip and it's just like gorgeous and beautiful. And it was, I don't know, it reminded me of like I live so close to such a crazy like nightlife, like every night.
There's always something crazy going on.
Literally every night is that people are up till 4 or 5 in the morning or longer, right? Like it's just so much going on all the time. And I can't even like, we have our little normal lives out here, about like 40-ish minutes away. And it's just kind of crazy, man. So, yeah, I don't know. You might relate a little bit because downtown Philly is what, half hour away from you?
No, it's like a 15-minute run or
really?
Like a 8-minute sub ride.
Seriously? Like the Central Square or whatever is like...
Yeah. Like
wow.
City Hall is... Yeah, I could run City Hall in like 15 minutes if I really wanted to.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's not that far. Like you can see it from my apartment if you go to I could show you what day are you coming in, by the way? I don't know if you want to do that on the podcast, but I was curious.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's April 16th. That's all right. I don't think
April 16th. Yeah,
that weekend. It's coming up. Damn, I gotta get.
Yeah, I can show you from my apartment. If we go up to the 14th floor, there's this place called the Sky Lounge. It's really overhyped, but I mean it is cool because you get to see the big view. But you can literally just see like the city.
Yeah,
and they have more expensive apartments that you can actually get like a view of the city if you pay like more. But yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I kind of put together. I have TripAdvisor and I use that a lot for like places I'm visiting, and I have a couple, not a lot of places, but I'm like I might want to hit that or something. That weekend. But yeah, no, it's gonna be good. Oh, and I added the 2 numbnuts that are not going to be joining us anymore for that weekend. In case you didn't know.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna call them out right here into the camera. James and Casey, you bailed on me. You bailed on me. They were like, we're going to visit you. We're going to go with you. Spence, we're going to go and visit Anthony with you, Spencer. And I was like, great. I'm going to have friends. I'm not going to, I'm not going to get mugged in the alleyways. And
no, dude, you'll be with me. It'll be fine still. But,
and they're like, no, I could go. I'm going to Mexico this year or something stupid. I don't know. So they left me.
James is going to what? Scotland and Casey's going to Mexico.
He's going to London. I don't know. And Casey's renovating a house, a basement. And so I'm calling them out. They abandoned me. I found these like cheap ass rooms, down in city center. It was going to be a whole thing. And
it blew up like kind of, yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
man.
No, I'm not actually pissed off. I'm just
I know.
They couldn't go.
Giving them a little shit. They can handle it.
Definitely. They gave me all sorts of it about not going to Spokane all the time. But yeah, I can't.
Well, speaking of that though, we gotta have some. We gotta have some trip. I mean, obviously, I'm seeing you.
Yeah,
but we should have. We got to plan out something like that. I don't know if it's going to work this summer with everyone's crazy schedules. But
I don't know
if
about
there's
this summer.
I don't know what. Do you have any summer vacation plans, or you just?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe I'll go to Vegas for a weekend.
Okay. You should come to Vegas. That'd be fantastic.
Drag Emily.
Yeah, no, you two should absolutely come. That would be, that'd be just fantastic. Yeah, no, yeah. So we have a trip. I'm going to see my brother-in-law Nathan. Nathan. He was on the podcast. Good Lord, can't even remember that. I'm going to go see Nathan's graduation.
So when is his graduation? Also, if you can't see me right now, don't worry about it. I'm just checking one thing for the podcast.
You're good. No, his graduation is, oh geez, I'm gonna screw it up. I'm pretty sure it's May 19th and 20th, something like that. 20th of May, something like that. Hold on. Now I'm really dead space. All right. Or no, maybe it's that 28th. Whatever. I remember it. I have the flights or something, but
so y'all are flying out to go.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a big family trip. We're gonna see a bunch. Like I've never been in the Midwest, so it's gonna be kind of cool to go see all the Ohio, and I think we're gonna stop by Indiana at some point, maybe, which is a drive, but yeah, so it's gonna be kind of cool. Go do that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm thinking about 4th of July. I sometimes go up to Forks, Washington. I don't know about that one yet.
What the plan is? You mean?
Well, I know there's a plan. I just don't know if I can swing it because of vacay time and all that. Like I just don't know.
Yeah.
And then Jordan and I are doing a little not honeymoon, good Lord, anniversary, little weekend, like 3 days. It's not, I don't think I even have to take off work if I remember correctly, maybe a couple days, but like, to La Jolla. So we're just going to go, we got a little beach Airbnb. So we're going to hang out.
Where it happened.
Yeah, back where it happened. And we both love it down there. And then, we're going to try maybe to go to Hawaii, but we'll see.
Try to go to Hawaii again?
I know, dude. I know. Jordan's a dreamer, man. So I don't know if it's happening. I think it should. I think it should happen.
I support it if it can happen. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll hop on too.
Yeah, no, you should. Oh man, that'd be amazing.
Just bring me in your checked luggage. I'll survive.
Exactly. Yeah, no. The reason I say it might is because the dates we were looking at for a particular place got booked, and so I don't know. We're just trying to figure it out. But yeah, man. So I got a couple vacations planned already. So I don't know. What this summer is going to be like for us getting together,
Yeah.
As a big group.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't exclude a possible thing like in the fall.
If you're coming up for something.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. That's a possibility. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, so I guess one other clip, I know we're kind of going all over the place, but so
doesn't matter.
It's kind of funny because she's sitting on the bed right there, probably. But so now Jordan will be applying for dental schools for fall of 2024, correct?
Yes. So not this fall, but next.
The next fall.
Yeah, because the cycle she's in, she'll apply by June, and then she'll find out.
Apply by June of
this year.
Really? You have to apply that far?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. What I didn't know.
Yeah, no.
So she's working on applications and stuff already.
She's just starting to look at. Yeah, I mean, and she'll get them done because it's like one of those big universal ones, and then you just do a little extra stuff. Yeah, so it's like
that's a big process.
Yeah, it is a huge process. So, I don't know. They make good money, and they have to do like surgery sometimes. So I feel like, you know, if anything needs a process, it's that thing.
Oh no, for sure. Especially with
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to just like brag a bunch. I was trying to qualify anyway. So anyway.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing that, and then we'll find out, I think, in the winter. I don't know what the timeline is for like when dental schools get back to you. But regardless, she'll be applying this spring for things, and then finding out sooner or later. So yeah. Which will then decide for us what our plan going forward as a couple is and that's what I was saying earlier with possible move, or I don't know. And again, like I don't care about this being on the internet, because I've told most people I know that know me well, like, yeah, I don't know what the future holds for Jordan and I, because we're kind of up in the air at the moment. So I'm trying to set the stage so it's not a surprise, possibly, you know. But it might be a pleasant surprise, like if we stay in Vegas. So we'll see.
Okay.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah. For a second, I gotta be honest. When you were giving that whole thing, I was like, "Is he about to say like have a kid?" I was like, I don't. The only reason I brought that up is because it's so funny. Because there's this kid from my high school who he was a couple grades lower, but he was in our little friend group sometimes. Anyways, he just got married around the same time you guys did, and they're expecting their first little one here.
Oh, that's awesome.
The next, 6, however long the shit takes, like 9 months, 9 months, right?
It's 9. Yeah, 9 months.
Yeah. So I guess like 8 now.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. No, I know. I have a couple friends. Sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I could not imagine having a kid, because he's 2 years younger than us. He's he's like 22, 21.
Goodness, man.
Yeah.
No, I have a couple friends that they just got married, and they're already talking like, I want to get pregnant as fast as possible, and I want a kid, or I want to be a mom, I want to be a dad, right? I have a couple friends, and I don't know. Jordan and I's mentality is, that's funny you thought. I'm not feeling that at the moment.
I figured I should check in before I get the message.
That's
invitation to a baby shower.
Hey, you coming down to Vegas for babies? No, I think Jordan and I, we both agreed, like, while we're getting our feet under us professionally, and
no little ones.
Yeah, and financially, bro, like, I mean, my mentality is, if I bring a child into this world, I want to have a foundation they can stand on. I don't want it to be this like this house that's, I don't know, not able to support them. That's my mentality. Like, because I don't know, there's a lot of stuff out there that's gonna go wrong. So maybe if I make it easier for that kid at the beginning, that would be a good thing. So her and I are both like, as much as possible, no kids for a little while. And especially like while she's going to school, and getting her feet under her for her, professional stuff. So that's just where we're at, man. I think it's the right call, personally. So
yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
You seem to have more questions on your mind.
No.
Okay.
I just think it's funny. Like, I shouldn't say it's funny. Everyone's in a different position and at a different point in their life where they can make decisions. So, but it just, like, when I found that out, it just, like, it blew my mind. Like, and it was so funny how I found out too, because I have a friend who works at a coffee shop back home, and he said he saw this guy. His name's James, and James just walks in to grab a coffee, and he's like, "Oh, how's it going?" And then my friend noticed he was wearing a shirt that said like, "I'm gonna be a dad." And he's like, "Oh, that's funny." And he's like, "No, like I'm actually gonna be a dad." Oh my god! Congratulations! Like, yeah, it's so hilarious.
That's funny, man. It is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts. Like people having
people,
kids. That's crazy.
You know, there's this funny. Did you ever know the professor? She teaches intro to tennis, and she's the women's tennis coach at Whitworth. Her name's Rachel Aldridge.
No,
did you ever get to? I took her for 2 classes actually. She didn't remember me, I don't think, but
yeah,
like I took her class, and I took like some kind of psychology class sophomore year, and then I took another one. I think it was developmental psych senior year. Anyways, so in developmental psych, they talk about kids and shit, and when the prime time is to have them. And she was literally like on Shark Tank. She was acting like she was on Shark Tank and like pitching to our class, like, hey, like you have kids in like your mid-20s, and it's like, anatomically the best time, and it's the healthiest babies, and like she's like pitching us, like, I'm like, what are you trying to like get us like get us to fucking not use protection, Professor Aldridge? Like, what the hell is going on? It was just the most bizarre thing. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating. I know I am a little bit, but she was like, I just remember in class, she was like, like, I know there's this stigma around like, oh, like, I don't want to have a kid until I'm 30. And she's like, well, like 50 years ago, that would have been like, insane, because people used to have kids at, 16 and 18, technically, like that's when the body's ready and like all this stuff. And then it's like, man, I don't know with the state of things if, we should be encouraging young people who are not ready to have children, but even if it's like, anatomically the best time and there's lower risk of health issues. Anyways, I don't know how I divulged into that. I'm sure I'm over exaggerating it. So Professor Aldridge, I apologize. You kind of, but anyways, it's too far. We might have to cut that part out. Like, sorry.
She won't watch it. That's all right. We'll have her on the pod. How about that?
Yeah,
we'll have her as a guest so she can explain her position.
Did you ever? Okay, I know we're wrapping up here, but just speaking of that, because she's like the tennis coach. So, she's like pretty athletic, and like she's like one of those professors that you could tell like everyone just kind of has a crush on. Like, oh, Professor Aldridge. Like, oh my god, like that type of thing. And like she's totally like the pine cone like queen. Like a Whitworth alum. Like has all these accolades. Pine cone awesome. Queen. Like, I don't know. So, did you ever have any like professors or like high school teachers like that where you remember just like everyone's just like, oh my god, like Miss blah blah blah, like I don't know.
Not in college, no. That's kind of interesting that you say that. No, in high school,
because it's Whitworth.
Yeah, it is
old.
Yeah,
that's not true. That's not true. But
well, we were like, we were in like,
dude, people were crushing on Jacobs or Alan Jacob. I know like some girls thought he was kind of attractive. He used to like bike around.
Oh yeah. No, that's.
I don't know. I'm being a man.
No, yeah, I'm trying to think. No, I don't remember anyone. Dude, we were in like the arts stuff, and so it's gonna be a little. I'm sorry. Let me be careful. I'm not saying if you're an arts, like a humanities professor, that you're gonna be like. I'm saying.
You're walking yourself into a corner. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. I set you up poorly because I said Professor Aldridge plays tennis and is like athletic shit.
I didn't think. I don't. Okay, here's what I'm trying to say. I don't think when you enter a class and you're a humanities major, you are the person with a mindset. I'm sorry. I think you are not the person with the mindset to be looking for that.
Yeah. All right. I got you.
I'm saying I took philosophy classes, bro. Actually, no, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay away from it. No,
okay, I want to go off of this. Like, we might get canceled, but like,
no,
it's
come
just,
on.
it's just so random. But like, this one time, and it was so true at Whitworth for whatever reason. And like you just gave a disclaimer. I'm not saying all people with these attributes think this way or anything, but James, one time he sent me, this is a while ago, he sent me this TikTok of like, when the blue haired girl like says like blah, blah, blah or whatever. And I just like, it cracks me up so hard because there was this one time, and maybe this is a little insensitive. So that's why I said, but, well, Emily's calling me.
Oh, okay.
I got to put her on the, I had to decline it. So I'll answer it later.
Wow. Choosing your pod over.
I know. I'm gonna get shit for that later when she watches this episode. But it was just like freshman year at Whitworth, right? And I'm just kind of a dumbass. Like, I don't know anything, and you got to understand this is like 2018, so like the people saying pronouns and like all that kind of stuff is still like,
that was very new.
I think it was new, and it was slowly being incorporated. Let alone like at like Whitworth, like
a private Christian college,
affiliated college. But I just remember in my journalism class, like, I don't know why this made me think of this story, but we had to go interview just some random students, right? And so my dumb, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I kind of did it to myself, but I had a partner who was supposed to like write down the notes like as I interviewed these people or whatever. And so I was like, just kind of under my breath, I told my partner, I was like, oh, let's go interview her. And it wasn't a her. And like she had, see, I'm messing up. Had blue, it was a Zer. So like I completely like just like botched it. But I like literally in the middle of the hello walk and just getting chewed out by this person. And I just like, I gotta be honest with you, like I couldn't, like, I was laughing so hard and I felt so bad because I was like, this can't be like serious. Like, there's no way this is happening to me right now. And I just remember my partner, I can't even remember his name. I think he was like, it's gonna make me sound bad too. Fuck, he was a Mexican guy. I think his name was like Miguel or something. Like, Skin was like trying so hard, like, not to laugh too. And I'm just like, man.
So the person you were talking to was the one that went by Zer.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I had referred
you out.
Like mid me trying to ask like questions because they were approaching us. I think I don't know. See, maybe I need to be educated in this more, but they were approaching us. I'll just say they as like a neutral term.
Yeah.
And I had uttered under my breath, like, "Hey, let's go get her." And it turned into this like whole debacle thing. I have no idea why I just thought of that. I think it's because we were talking about you got into some hot water when you were trying to explain your thing. But times have changed now. That's probably not considered funny anymore. But I'm sorry, person out there, if I.
It is a funny image thinking of you like
I know, because situation.
Like that is funny to me.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's out of like a comedy bit, you know.
Hey, but the best part is like even after I got like chewed out or whatever, I think, and even after I laughed, the person somehow was still like willing to be interviewed.
Yeah.
So like we still got the story. So
is it maybe I'm just gonna try to ask some general questions here. Like, is it that? Well, I wasn't trying to preface anything. I was just trying to ask questions.
Are we talking about this still or a different like subject?
I was going to talk about this if you're willing.
Okay, yeah. Let's go into it. I might get canceled.
No. Was this person were they? What was the question I asked? Sorry. were they upset because you assumed
Yes.
a gender?
And I think it's hard to like go back to that moment, but I'm pretty sure the reason why I like started laughing isn't because like I was trying to insult this person.
Mm-hmm.
It was because like they were so animated about it that I couldn't really tell if they were joking or if it was like if they were being serious.
It's like uncomfortable laughter.
It was like well, no, like I was losing it a little bit because I just like I had no idea what was going on. So I guess yeah, maybe it was a little bit uncomfortable, but like
yeah.
I think I also felt a little bad after when I realized like, oh shit, like this is actually a legitimate, you know, thing that's happening. And you know, obviously with my more mature mindset now too, like I'm, you know, hopefully I can treat everyone with respect, and if that means, you know, using the proper pronouns, and I have no problem doing that. Like I'm not one of those people. But I mean, that being said, like you know, it is. I think, especially back then when it was new, I think there could have been some more like patience with all of that, like in terms of just like learning it and not like going full on like attack mode. And that's what I felt like happened to me. And back then, you know, I was a little more like just kind of trying to be the cool like brown conservative kid. So like I just totally had this like she totally fit this fuck, I'm messing up. They totally fit the stereotype of like what I had in my head of this like happening, and that's why I just found it like super funny.
We're gonna be in like the tabs with the Ben Shapiro podcast. We're gonna be in the Jordan Peterson section. That's what this is gonna turn into.
But the irony in all of this too. No, it's okay. Like the irony in all of it too is that at Whitworth's like very white dominated campus, here you have a white person like getting mad at like one of the few brown people on campus over something, and it's like it's like a scene out of South Park or Family Guy, man. Like literally, that's why I thought it was hilarious,
man,
and still remember it.
And I say maybe I shouldn't. Maybe we're past time.
No, say it.
Okay, I'll say a thought. I have a thought on things. I think the mentality behind the very social justice awareness movement, let's put it that way, that whole thing, and it being largely white people, as like I think it was like 70-80% of people who identify with this ideology, all that stuff, are like white people. I read somewhere like that makes sense, meaning like sociologically they looked back at how it's another version. This is what the subject was saying. It's like it's another version of white people being white people, because I'm not even joking. Like it was, it's like a I don't know.
Now we're definitely going to be unmentioned.
Well, no.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
I'm trying to stay moderate here, and I would say I'm a left leaner. By the way, I would put that out there.
Me too. I took one. Sorry, go ahead. We'll talk about that.
Right. We'll talk about that. Yeah, but anyway, no, like the mentality of like there is something wrong with these people, and I'm going to bring it up and push for big reform and move forward, be progressive, change what's already here, like that mentality, and like not just America and not just the West, but like the rest of the world has got to fall in line too. That's a super like Western way of thinking, and that's and the argument being progressive this whole movement feels like it's like trying to tear down this old hat white guy thing, when in reality they're just repeating what a bunch of other white people have for centuries. Like it's like we're gonna out with the old, in with the new, we have progress and science and blah blah blah, right? Which is all. By the way, I am a fan of progress and science and all this good stuff. But it was an interesting like take on it's like ingrained into like our Western culture, like that we have to progress, and so the old can't stick around anymore, so we got to change something, right? And that's like anyway, sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent, but it's it's okay. Interesting to me that we think we're new and we're not a product of what came before, but there's so much that we're not even like aware of that we are a product of, you know? So I don't know. That's my take. But yeah, like what you're saying, we're talking about the political compass thing.
Yeah, I just recently took it again, just out of curiosity, and I was like in the bottom left quadrant, I think, kind of on the moderate-ish side, but left leaning.
That's about where I was, man. It's like the more freedoms, but a little more left economically. So that was like, yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But I don't know. It's politics are weird. It's all, I feel like it's issue to issue. I can be in a whole different array of things, but just to wrap it up with a neat bow, I think it just comes down to like you want to respect people. And if it really doesn't take a whole lot of effort to, if someone feels comfortable with you addressing them in a certain way, and it comes up so rarely too that like it's not a big deal just to be nice. It's really not like hard to be a nice person. So I wish people just had a little more, maybe I'm being a hypocrite, but like, gave people a little like slack. But that being said, like as soon as like the entitlement kicks in, or like when someone's genuinely just trying to be like, oh, I'm sorry, like all right, that's where it's like, all right, buddy, like let's relax now. Like,
the internet is not a friend to being forgiving. That's for sure.
Just like drama.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. Our little group chat.
Well, speaking of the internet, if you're out there watching to this point and you handled Anthony and I's rants, please give us a like. Please give us a subscribe. We are fans.
Share it with your neighbor.
Yeah, share it with your neighbor. Give your buddy a call and have him come over and watch it together.
Or on the way to work.
On the way to work. Yeah, exactly. So
listen to two guys talk about some stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Got some things on young lives at the moment. We're getting older, but right now we're 24, and so that's where we're at. But yeah, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Look out for some new things in the future. I think I definitely got some free time, and once Anthony's done with the Masters, we're gonna be good. So
absolutely,
look out for some new stuff. So anyway,
all right,
peace out.